PAN. A personal area network, or PAN, is a network that connects devices within a very short range, typically only a few meters, using wireless technologies like Bluetooth, NFC, and also a physical connection like a USB cable. And just so you know, since most network types are categorized by their area of coverage, PAN is definitely the smallest type due to how it's used. For example, when you connect your smartphone to wireless earbuds using Bluetooth, use an NFC payment on a payment terminal, or transfer files between a phone and a laptop using a USB cable. These are PAN connections. LAN, a local area network, or LAN, is a network that connects devices within a small area like a home, school, or office, which typically use wired connections like Ethernet cables. So sometimes in a small office, you only got one printer. So each PC and that printer are connected through Ethernet cables to a switch. Therefore, any PC can send a print command as long as they're connected to the same network. And what's great about LAN is its low latency, which is why it's also great for online gaming and fast file transfers. But it requires a good cable management. Otherwise, it can be a bit messy. WLAN, a wireless local area network, or WLAN, is basically a LAN but uses wireless technology instead of cables. The most common example is your smartphone, laptop, and smart TV connected to the same Wi-Fi network. And this network is more convenient than a LAN because you don't have to sit in one spot, since you can stay connected to the network anywhere in a certain radius. However, you may have a higher ping, which causes lags if you use this wireless network for competitive gaming or streaming. Now, let's say you're doing competitive gaming. Your device needs to convert inputs or commands into radio waves first, and then send those waves to the router, which then converts them back into data. This conversion process is one of the reasons why, despite having a fast internet, you still got a high ping and crazy delays. A campus area network, or a CAN, is a network that connects multiple buildings within a limited area, such as in a university, hospital, or industrial complex. This wide area coverage is possible because the Wi-Fi is extended using multiple access points in other buildings that are wired to the main router. So in case you're in the campus dormitory, you can submit assignments or access scientific journals in the digital library because you're connected to that extended network. But usually only authorized users can access its resources. So if you're not connected to the campus area network, then you can't access the resources. MAN. A metropolitan area network, or MAN, is a network that has a span over a large area like an entire city. Typically, it uses high-speed connections like underground fiber optic cables to distribute internet to homes, or microwave radio links between towers that wirelessly beam internet across distances, and also wireless communication, like walkie-talkies that are transmitted from a radio repeater tower. However, a disaster like an earthquake could sever underground fiber cables or knock down microwave towers, cutting off internet or network access across the city. And if the radio repeater towers collapse, it's going to break the communication line between each walkie-talkies. That's why sometimes in the movies, you see the rescue team shouting to their walkie-talkies because they don't get any signal or response. WAN. A wide area network is the largest type of network that uses a mix of technologies like undersea cables and satellite links. The most common example is the internet itself, which links millions of devices worldwide. It's what makes it possible to attend Zoom meetings, send emails across countries, or watch YouTube videos and subscribe to my channel. And just to make it clear, a WAN consists of multiple smaller networks like LANs and MANs that span across cities and countries. For instance, suppose we want to send an email from the US to a friend in the UK using a Wi-Fi, that's a WLAN, and then that email message gets directed from the router in my house to the internet service provider company through the Ethernet cable. That's the MAN. And then that ISP will direct the email to my friend in the UK through the undersea cable called the Global Submarine Cable Network, which actually connects to a lot of countries on Earth. And that is the WAN VPN. A virtual private network, or VPN, is a network that lets you create a secure encrypted connection over any existing network like the internet. And it can connect users across the entire world regardless of where they physically are. And VPN is actually useful to keep their data safe from hackers by encrypting the connection and also changing your location. But practically, a lot of folks use VPNs to access websites that might be blocked in their country, like social media platforms or even adult sites. SAN, a storage area network, or SAN, is a special high-speed network that connects servers to storage devices like disk arrays and tape libraries. And unlike typical networks that connect computers for internet access or file sharing, SAN is designed only for fast, efficient data storage and data retrieval. They work by linking storage devices directly to servers using dedicated fiber optic or high-speed Ethernet connections. For your information, large companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google use SAN to store their massive amounts of data. Oh, talking about storage, I made an awesome video about every type of storage, so don't forget to watch it later. Thanks for watching the NextGen Picks. Okay?